got you, you're the professional, you taught me everything I know.
Why are you leaving?
I finished my test.
I know, but your class is running from 4:40 to 7:20.
You have to give me a 15 for attendance.
Okay, you got it.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Okay. And attitude too. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Okay. Because I would.
Good, yeah.
What'd you get?
Oh,
Your proof?
oh, I don't know, yeah.
Oh, you didn't write it?
Oh, I guess 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Might as well get a brown stain, just wipe his ass with it, cause I don't know shit.
Might need to.
I got a 65 with it.
Did you? That's great, I'll take anything, I'll take 40.
That's what I'm
Give
saying.
give me some points, man, that's all I care
Give me
about.
some more.
Yeah.
Jordan, how far did you get?
It wasn't done. I just got the first.
Yeah, you must.
What's up?
Jordan.
Oh, sorry.
I saw yours is almost done.
Yeah, yours is. Did you want to get yours working? Mine is like that night we were doing it. Done.
You're crying?
Speech class.
Yeah. Something happening.
Oh, UFC.
UFC class.
Oh, they actually doing a debate, so.
What's the transfer
Oh,
time?
my
Test.
God, sorry.
-5.
Oh.
Test.
Sorry.
We've already had one real attitude problem already.
Could have been you slamming Jeff against the wall. We did. Did you do the wound baby?
Okay, so these are the changes that we made. So you reverse these, did that come a little clearer, or?
No. Is it because that it says the same thing?
But the purpose of this line, the purpose of these right here is to determine the max value. Okay. So, hey, you think so? Good. Okay, you get great, total 6. Now, so, if judge is greater than judge 2, then that tells you what? That's right. So that means it's the max. So you want to set max equal to that. Because it
I don't
becomes your
understand
temporary max.
what the difference is though.
This is not an equal statement, it's an assignment statement.
Right.
So this assigns the,
Oh, I see. It assigns the actual letters Judge 1.
no, it assigns the current value
Of Judge 1.
of max into judge 1. It moves the current value of max. Judge 1 is assigned to be the current value of max.
Oh.
And max is judge 1. So
Judge 1,
so-
so Judge 1.
Right, but down here, you want judge 2.
Mhm.
Now judge 2 is going to be assigned the current value of max, which is judge 1, which is not what you want. So you want max to be assigned judge 2 or max to be assigned judge 1.
Basically changing that statement.
Yeah.
Changing the value of.
Right, now this is extraneous, you're actually changing the value of max. Now these don't really do anything, so you can take them out if you want. So if you make that change, then by looking at the first 2 judges, you determine which is higher and which is lower than the other. Agreed? So you go into this loop, which gathers the remaining 7 judges. That does fine. inside this loop, you should keep a running total. Now, total automatically starts at 0. So when they enter a judge, you increment by what they enter. So this becomes a running total. So when you finish this loop, this contains the total of these 7 judges. So you take it and you add the first 2 judges, and then you subtract the remaining ones. And your program runs. So 10 minutes, and you should be able to slow down.
Figured.
Hi. Sierra is the only one without a working program.
No, mine works.
Yours, but not complete. Yeah.
It works though.
Yes, it works. And that's the right way to do it. Your program should always be working, just incomplete.
Oh, yours doesn't work?
Feels stitchy.
No, we did 90% of very unstupid things. Very slight changes. stopping place, it doesn't much matter, because you're gonna pick it up again at 7:20. Just relax for a couple of minutes. Thank you, sir. And thank you, sir. Okay, so relax, unwind. We just finished, some of you, on your last test in here, partially finished for some others. So nice going. Alright. So our announced restart time is 6, so if anybody needs an urgent personal break, please go ahead and take it. And Mayano and Shoko are expecting to restart at 6, so we'll start then. In the meantime, we have a contribution from an anonymous member of the class, which is an article that Japanese critically like start in AI research. Apparently, the nation of Japan did not get an early start in AI research. And they are attempting to rectify that at the present time by the creation of an AI Research Institute, which I think is in Tokyo. And they indicate in the article that that's the first one in Japan, because apparently they don't count Okinawa as part of Japan, where they have a very advanced AI Research Institute, as our speaker in the movie that most of you watched did so indicate. And the other thing they point out in here is that Japan has done actually quite a bit of work on robots, but what they focus on entirely are humanoid robots. Whereas, as you saw from the video that most of you watched, those little robots with the half tracks on them seem to fall over a lot less frequently than the humanoid robots. So they have advantages. But the Japanese researchers say that there are other advantages to the humanoid robots, and we won't go there. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock, so we have this handout for Shoko, and we have one for Ayano. Here's yours, Ayano. And it's on the back side as well. And you can read it at your leisure. It simply announces the creation of this Japanese Institute for AI Research and admits that Japan got a late start, which is uncharacteristic. Actually, it's characteristic because the Japanese society moves very slowly to make change. And when they do, they make it very well. But they don't necessarily jump in and the early things. Sir?
I noticed this is it's Japan Times, but it's in English. I didn't know. Was there a Japan Times English
Is
section?
there anyone in here that knows anything about an answer to that?
Yeah, I have an answer.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You can get this paper delivered to your house if you really want it, but yeah, it's Japanese news.
In English, though.
In English. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I guess the cat's out of the bag might contribute to this. I didn't want to single out anyone because of differentiation, and I try not to go there.
Yeah, I
Like you did
get it
yourself.
daily, but the thing is, it's just like the Star and the Stripes, just one day late.
That's fine. I mean, better than nothing.
Yeah, I'll give you the address later, you can order it.
Thank you.
About 3,000 yen a month, something like that,
Oh,
or less.
$30.
He's in a different income bracket.
You mean a year?
I can't remember.
I'm on $30
What's a
a year.
year? So Japan's pretty expensive.
For some people. Okay, so that was out of the way. You can read your article at your leisure. So for the remainder of the evening, we're going to devote ourselves to finishing off either ourselves or the figure stating project. Now, our status to date is that we have 3 completed programs, 2 of which belong to empty chairs, names not mentioned, and the other, Jordan, I'll announce, has now a completed program as well. And the others are in different stages of completion. So I asked each person to give me a printout of the current status of their code. So I've gotten everyone except for one anonymous person And maybe I can complete my set then. No, two anonymous people. So the current state of the code. Thank you. Okay. So as we say, class resumed at 6 o'clock, and we've done quite a bit of important work since then.
Oh, no.
Sorry I asked.
Is yours?
I thought I left my kids at home. Oh, this is very interesting. It's 60.
Did you fix that, in class today? Or did
No,
you
I
come
did
in
this
and
at
have-
home. I don't have time to, I have a very short window when I go home to do this.
All she wrote,
All right, so what I've done is I've written grades on the ones that you've handed in. And I'll give these back to you now. And so this is your grade as of the moment. Susan, your grade as of the moment. And Jean, your grade as of the moment. Choco, your grade as of the moment. And Mike, your grade as of the moment. And George Green, your grade as of the moment. And Ayano, your grade as of the moment. So now what we're going to do is seek to improve these grades. Sierra, Jordan, we're going to seek to improve these grades.
Yes, that's what we're trying to communicate.
I know, but no, you're doing it a little bit early. We're going to start doing that at the green light signal.
Right.
Not yet. And so the steps that we're going to go through to improve these grades are somewhat involving the way that you want to do it. My first thought is I'm going to give a free 15 minutes. Now this is what Sierra and Jordan have been waiting for. People can communicate with other people, talk to other people, show your code to other people. As I say, we've got two finishers in the class who don't know it, but they've just volunteered their talents to the rest of the class. And you can think some more on it yourself. You can incorporate my remarks, and you can improve your score over the next 15 minutes. So let's go with that. Now, is there any other way that you'd want to do it? Now, after 15 minutes, then we will go to Plan C. This is Plan B. So Plan B gives you the optimum chance to get a high score, and that is to make your code work in the next 15 minutes. Now, it so happens, Sierra, that there's a person sitting right behind you that knows how to do the other half of your program. Except that he didn't do it quite right, but he's got the general idea. And so you might be able to get him to talk to you. I don't know, he doesn't talk to many people. That's a thought. Now, Jordan, let's see, so Jordan Green, your code is fine, except that you're not getting the min-max right.
Yeah.
That's not the right way to get the min-max.
Yeah, I already switched it
You did?
somewhat.
Okay,
I don't know
so
if it's right.
that's all right. So it's improvement.
Trying.
Okay, now, Date-san, for whatever reasons, I think you might want to confer with Ayano. Enough said, huh? Unless you want to work alone. You want to work alone? For the next 15 minutes, I would like you to work on your code. Would you like some help? Would you like it to be Ayano to help you? Okay, please, can you help Date-san? I know you don't want to. And Shoko, your code looked pretty good, but it needs some more for loops in it. So I think I'd be the one to work with you. So we got our team set up. George Green knows how to do it alone. Sierra is going to try to get blood from a stone talking to Jean. And Date-san and Ayano will work together. Jordan and Mike are already a,
Collaborate.
couple. And, and Shoko, can you bring your code up here? I will work with you. So let's go to Plan B.
Let me see it.
Same.
I'm gonna sit next
Are
to
you
you.
gonna- Before it,
Yeah.
I just gotta throw me under the bus
Who did?
by myself.
Alright.
Or what?
Okay.
Alright, so what?
You get done first,
Huh?
You're good though, right?
Good for what?
You did it. She's like,
No, mine has not worked properly, cause I'm missing,
I got help.
I'm missing,
I got
that
help,
is
but she's
that
like,
type.
I'm missing,
So where?
like,
What's
the
that
max.
so she
Oh,
got.
okay.
That's the only thing I
Just-
need. That's the only thing I'm missing.
these
Right
two-
Then what are you missing?
these two
Same thing,
forties.
right? Okay.
Let me see that.
So you input judge, just type input judge score like you would normally. And then that's gonna be judge one.
I was like,
And then these two if statements
Okay.
here are just
So real quick.
to ensure that you input a valid score. So you don't actually even need them to get it running. So
Wait.
where this
Where
is,
did it- see, I don't know.
where this got if.
You see, cause mine is so short,
You
it
don't need
doesn't
those in
look
there.
anything like yours.
No, he said he could do it.
This is just
in
if-
lines. That's why I
If
was like-
whatever you enter is greater than 10, it'll
Yeah.
say
Okay.
that's not a
Yeah.
max score.
This is like 15
Work
long.
with
You
that,
see it all.
Yeah.
No.
But
Alright.
basically, I'll just give you the
And
gist.
have you
Okay.
input judge score one again. I can show you how that works.
And you start it at 0 when you do this.
No, you don't need this line.
So type in,
And then
and
it goes through all the numbers.
if I typed in
Now,
20,
these two words are backwards.
invalid score
Okay.
goes to the number,
This
this is
is
one
every
time
percent,
there's a
which
larger
is that,
number.
so yeah, right here, so then, okay,
And that's-
valid
If
score.
score
That
index
one
is greater
So
than
that
max.
gives us judge one value is equal
Then
So
to,
then I would have to change, so I have a
this
loop here.
example.
Then score.
and then
I have a loop.
after all of that's, your ends if and ifs are done, this other if right here, just if it's less than 0,
Yeah.
And
I
then this
won't
is-
let
or
you
no, this
type
is
it in, so if I
a
put
loop. And
negative
then mine
9,
is- it says
so
0.
that's invalid.
And this is,
I feel like I can make it
So we'll
work.
go
Put it right
under-
in front of
this will
the
give us
Where's
just
your,
two
your
scores.
son, like, where were you adding all those together?
So basically,
and
that puts our judge score at 8.
No.
Then, this is where it's confusing
No, it's
me
fine.
for the longest time, I had these backwards. was the
no,
other one.
this has to go
So,
here.
this determines
so this
which of the first two
Up
are
here.
the minute match.
Total.
Some,
Okay, above this.
Which,
Do you,
when
anywhere,
when I was looking at
like, put a
Ayano's,
loop right after this loop.
thing, I was
And then make
After
it,
this
why
is
would you
like
actually
one.
or just say like
gotta
next
do them all?
and then
index or
You know what I
something.
mean? But when you,
Before you start adding this up,
when you
you just
assign
and your men and
the
your
max
You could
value
literally do
as
this
either
at the
judge
beginning
one
or
or judge two, you can manipulate
matter.
that
I,
later
as long as you get
to
your numbers
figure
Where
out
would you put it?
if it's gonna be a
I would
different.
put it right
different
before
score.
this.
Right.
So then, that just, all you gotta do is miss the if statement.
Okay, before this
If
first
If
thing right
judge
here.
one is greater than judge two,
Yeah.
then the max
This
is
word
judge
max,
one, because
Like,
judge one's
It's
first of all,
initially set to
I
0.
think
If
that,
judge one is less than
max
judge two,
equals
follow
0.
then
the
the
rules
max
that
is,
just
the
because-
max is
So-
judge
So you
two.
say max equals
So
0.
I have to.
I think it's
Eventually
Now the
assign the
score
value
is
of
now
the
supposed to index equals 1, agree?
and then you gotta do the exact same thing.
So if score 1 is greater than max,
What you
the
have
max
here
becomes score
What
1.
if I put
Yeah,
next
so
to
if
yours?
the
Right,
max-
so-
And then we
alright.
go through
So
to
first
index
one
equals
is
2.
done.
You've already done the first two,
Score 2
so
is
it's
greater
actually
than
just
max.
exact same thing,
And
so
take
that's
these figures, print it out again.
it doesn't say something like so I just copy this down in there, and then you just set up.
Also bring it back as a text file to run when we do it as B.
So, and then these two if statements are the exact same as these ones.
Because you're running the next to valid, next to
Take it back to the table.
Yes, this one.
max.
So.
Yeah, and then once all of those total up, basically you have your total, which is equal to your total plus judge I. So that's what it, I was stuck right here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, great, oh, and then you use space.
when you do that, if your total is equal to the rest of your
right?
7.
Okay, here,
And
like,
then next, you're taking
the scores.
a new
Okay.
total
So that's
is equal to
the first
your
part of the final.
old total.
Yeah,
Which
so
is
since you
also
have to
Okay.
discard
plus
the
judge
maximum
1 and 2.
and minimum
If
stuff
your
later,
maximum
you
is
have
climbing
to
up
figure
as you're going
out
up the
or
indexes.
And then your average will be
identify
your
which
total
one
divided by
is the
2.
max and minimum.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
So if every variable, if every
Right, so
One thing you have to do.
Same thing.
it's gonna
And
establish
then
it as the
also you have to
skaters,
do
and it's
gonna
the
bring all
average score
uh,
is the
That's
average.
why yours is a
And,
missing piece.
He's a pretty
array
clever
is
dude,
number
right,
2,
Sierra?
and then the for
Yeah.
loop is
I
number
agree.
3. So basically you have
I just
to
think he was
So for your-
hiding right behind
I
you.
would tab
I
it.
know, I
Tab
didn't even
tab
see
all
it.
the way
Yeah.
down. Interlinear,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
so.
And that's also Jordan's problem,
So,
Gene, so
I
you
think
might be
I think
interested
you
also.
have,
He's
you
doing
already
everything
have
fine
this
except
one,
finding
but
min and
I
max.
recommend
I'm
you
just,
do the individual
yeah.
first.
You can't go both
Then
directions.
you
Yeah, yeah,
understand
yeah.
what's going on,
It's
right?
essentially
so
this
let's
with a very
try, like,
minor
open the new
changes.
That's
file
fighting.
on the
You're
basic.
changing.
I just don't know why-
In the long run.
I don't understand why you're telling me that the final
Oh,
score is
so I
zero.
just copy this whole thing and then
Another,
just,
like,
change this.
It's like,
to
it just keeps telling me that the final score is 0.
Document you open.
I don't know, I don't know
Well,
why.
you should be
let's
proud
try
because it's telling you
the-
something. A lot of people's programs don't
Let's
get to run.
try
It doesn't even make sense.
So let's,
Sometimes that's a misspelling.
and-
Every time you use the word sum, it has to be spelled exactly the same, lowercase, uppercase,
Control.
and the same for all your other variables too.
What? Yeah, it's here, but, what?
Do you ever accumulate the sum? Do you ever add each judge's score into the sum?
Here,
Great question you got there.
okay. So,
I just can't see it very well.
Oh yeah, this brightness is super low.
Sorry, Gene, cheap computer.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
Valley.
No.
Yeah, you can turn it however you need to. Yeah.
So what you got there is okay. You just need to change that 1 to a 3 and then set up
Oh,
your.
She's retyping her code.
oh, okay.
None of your business, but I
Yeah,
asked to
mine's
tell you
totally
anyway.
different than everybody's.
Well, no, it's just because the for loop, instead of typing all that in manually, the
Yeah.
for loop says for the index, we're gonna go from 1 all the way through number 9 with all of your scores. So instead of entering all that manually, it's gonna
Is
do it.
next
Right,
index
so,
like an actual command?
Yes,
It's
it is.
not working on mine.
It has to be in the right place.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now, index is a variable of your choice. You can use any word counter
So go
or
ahead and
X or
just
Y that you want
set
to, or
up,
I.
Mhm.
But the word next is a command word.
And then
It's a partner for for.
Oh, okay.
0.
So every for requires a next,
You start this as a loop if school is in
the end of the loop. Now, your loop was working fine. There was no need to use a for loop
Right.
unless you wanted to.
This keeps getting.
So it's important that you find the min and max.
And then
So,
it's a
that
separate
helps
maximum.
tremendously.
So,
So,
like, and then the minimum
So-
is essentially the same thing.
So just
except
do
you're
this
going
line right
backwards,
here.
you're going down, starting at 10.
So yeah, so you've accumulated all the 9 scores. Now, after you accumulate them, you can put in a couple of for loops, like Gene is advising, to
Okay.
find the min and max. You don't have to do it the same
It
loop.
don't have to be exactly whatever I type in there, just you put judge score or.
So we're making real progress, we really are.
Something like that.
Please enter your score 0 to 10.
Copy his and paste it in the line. Is that everybody?
It'll just be judge 1. But the way that this is set up right here is it's setting your value on max. So whatever you put down here will determine whatever's your max as well. And then do judge 1. Oh, it's gotta be 1. Yeah, because you're just recalling that input winner. And then for the next line, do the exact same thing, but just put judge two. You don't need these if statements just yet to get it run.
Step by step. You do that.
Yeah, you could just do that if you want, and then change judge one to judge two.
How do you know some of this stuff just by looking at it? It's
30 years.
Yeah.
So what?
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah.
Wanna work together, Georgie, or you
I'm thinking I'm as far as I can get.
bring it up here? I think you're not as far as you can get.
And where,
Yeah, so,
I think that's my only issue.
like I
like,
said.
You okay with that, Chair?
This project, you have to.
Okay, so your final
Alright,
iteration
change.
is
The individual
lot of
stuff,
Okay,
like,
like, I
realize
now
it's
the
function,
next
then,
crucial
Other
piece
than that,
is
just
to
do it.
change really statements.
so I just
Now you
didn't
see
want
how that like
to
looks
do
like.
like,
Yep, these
but
are
I don't want to
Yep, they can.
more
For
understand
that one, I don't know why.
what's
But that's all
going on,
I
and
want.
then you will know,
If-
like, where to fix.
So here you gather the 9 scores.
You mind if I try?
That's very well
Did
done.
I mean, yeah.
Did
So
you
you
run
have the
this
9 scores
code
now.
and then it
And you
doesn't
said-
work,
And if you run it right now, it takes all the scores and everything,
That's
right?
good.
Yeah, I'll do
And
everything.
then the,
Right now,
It
the only
works.
thing you don't do is you don't accumulate around sum.
Wait, wait.
So what you have to do is
That's the value.
put an instruction right here,
Even the capital J.
Well, it
Yeah.
works.
I'm just trying to see exactly where to put it.
You still have this?
sum
Okay.
equals sum,
So,
plus
just in case you just.
x
Greater than or
index.
equal to judge two.
Now, sum is initially set to 0, so you don't have to explicitly say it. If you care to, you can say sum equals 0. So sum equals 0 the first time you go through, and then you pick up the first score, agreed? X
Just so
index
slowly,
is
I'm
1,
sorry.
and you see this capital I,
Well,
and this
see, I
lower
already
I,
have-
you're
I
gonna
This,
do
this
it.
one,
Well,
yeah,
no, no,
spaces.
that's fine.
That'll do it
Keep
right
going.
there.
You can just drag it.
Yeah.
And, so you add x1 to sum, agreed?
Mhm.
Next time you go through, you add x2 to sum. And so at the end, then sum contains the total of
Is
all
your
9,
scores
agreed?
index
Okay, so after you
capital
get
S
that
or
done, then,
Wait, what? Oh, I don't use scores.
Second is
you don't need
That
this
was
because you did all
If
9,
judge one
that's
is
the
less
way
than
others
variable,
did it.
judge two, then
Now,
max
this is gonna
is
work
judge
fine,
two.
except, that you have to
How do I
determine
refer
min and
to
max.
your,
Now, this
your,
will work
your
occasionally,
numbers in
but very
your
infrequently.
in?
But if you put this line in
Index.
and check for
Put
no
index.
capitalizations, mistakes,
There's C.
then, you'll start to get actual numbers,
Just INDEX,
which makes you feel better. So just try that.
But it's showing.
Yeah,
And then we'll work on min and max.
So if I don't
Okay, this is going really well, so I'm gonna extend it 10 minutes
Ow,
to 6:30.
the name.
People are
Oh,
getting it
sorry.
done.
Then, you're gonna do just the opposite for the minimum. So,
I don't know that.
Hi, Shoko, let's see this
I guess.
masterpiece
I
now.
understand like
Okay.
how you
copy
figure
and
out
paste
this.
that.
Okay,
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know that.
Wait, will we need to capitalize index?
The only-
And then just to
yeah,
see
the
if it
only
works
thing
So,
at the very
those-
this
end.
is
those
kind
guys
of
are
like,
different.
I'm just
your
gonna put it max.
here, but without this or any other primary paper, like
This is not print, it's
Or
sum.
can you make it
So,
exactly
So
same
if
word?
judge one
Plus
is less
from
than
your
or
memory?
equal to judge two, then minimum.
I think that's what
Yeah, that's where we stop.
Let's walk through it, agreed? So when you first start, then, max is going to equal 0,
We have a
true?
different timer.
And we're also gonna say sum equals 0.
Greater than or equal to judge two.
What?
Now,
No,
the first
it's
time
like
you go
a-
through, index is equal to 1, agreed?
It's like a series.
So you accept the first judge's score, and if that is greater than max, then you replace max with that score. But if it's less than min, then you replace min with that score, and you add that score
Because you're
to
setting
done,
max.
and then you
These
loop
two
back.
So
statements
basically-
are
9
gonna
times,
be
right?
max. So it's
And
gonna
you
be-
print max, and then you,
I know it's a little bit, it seems redundant, but it's
Right,
actually.
so
working
basically it's
quickly
like,
and working
So,
listing a series
with
of
mine and
numbers.
Jeff's
So that
combined.
make these changes,
That's
and when you come back,
And
be
then-
sure that it's on an
As long as
USB,
you
because
can
you're gonna
do
run it.
it by yourself, that's all fine, but I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know how to.
and then this is where your
It's used to
dimensions.
say
So
you can
your
make sure it's not.
entering numbers, so that index adds,
There
Oh, you-
are
so
nothing
your
that can
index
do
base
with
is
that.
0, so you're adding 1 to the index.
And then
for
input
it
your
to
score like
display.
you have
Yeah,
it. and-
so
So when you display
usually
it,
this
that
programming stuff
enter score
supposed to
and
be
then-
like not exactly the same because we think,
Input, please enter your
so
score.
it's
to
like-
10.
but yours
And
is
then
like,
instead of-
this,
Well, yeah, you can get
Like-
that scores index.
and then
of course
plus
the
1.
several
So on the
things
next
is different,
line-
but
Oh,
like basically it's kind of like the same thing as mine and
Okay,
yours,
so then you
that's
get a
why
running total
it
inside
is,
of
And then
this.
it's
you
just
know,
adding
So
1
before
to
your
whatever you
next
have. So
index right there,
Mm-hmm.
you could
before
put
the
in-
go
if
to.
you figure it
That's
out
like
that
judge
one
1
by
through 9.
yourself, then that's all
Yeah,
fine,
so
but
then-
I don't know.
Before.
So,
Yeah, above it, above the next
Oh,
index.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, Sierra seems to have a
I
delivery.
don't know where to put, can I see it?
And you're gonna have total,
Not like I need it.
I get it, I just don't know where to put it.
equals total
Read the quote, fine print.
plus.
It's
Just a
automatically
second,
your,
let me catch
So
it.
yours is gonna be scores, parentheses, index.
Okay, then how about like you just not looking this and then just try from
For
the
the
first.
actual equation.
Okay, you put this
right?
stuff,
So,
right here.
oh, really?
Yes,
so
right here.
here's the
You put your 2 for loops right there.
waveform.
So-
And determine the maximum.
I'm getting
Ah,
these crazy
You
numbers
don't have to
now.
do it like.
Down,
you know,
right here?
Yes,
Even though the
39.285.
total is here?
That's
Just
what
the
143.
because that's a total
These
of all
ridiculous
nine.
numbers.
Jeez,
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
maybe need it.
and then
So
after
then, do I
for
take
next
minus
index,
minimum, minus maximum?
No, you
And
just
here?
put these 2 for loops in there.
And then
They'll
that
come
will-
back.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, 5 minutes and then we will revert to plan
total
C.
equals,
So Gene, how are you coming? With your own?
Last for loop total,
Pardon?
the last for loop, the final calculation.
plus.
So you're in good shape?
I'm in okay shape.
Okay, so the choice I'm gonna give you in 5 minutes is that you print out your code one more time for an improved grade.
Plus.
And then I will give you that improved grade. And
You
then
put it on
after
your
we
sheet.
finish that, then I'm gonna show you some code on the front screen, which you can make use of.
Steve?
But if I show you that code and you make use of it, then there's a maximum grade that you can get. So the next 5 minutes is unlimited, you can still get 100 on your own. But after I start showing you some code, then you can't get 100 anymore, it comes down to a lower grade. Then I show you some more code, it comes down to a lower grade.
I didn't even know what I got.
So far,
Yeah,
it's on the paper, read it, dude.
20?
Yes,
20%.
20%, dude.
I could rip this up,
And then
show my computer, and walk out of here,
You're
and
angry,
take a 0.
print
you're angry.
I am.
Okay, sorry that you are,
total.
but,
That's crazy.
there were some essential things, not coming out. Like you didn't generate the total,
No,
you didn't generate a sum, and,
that doesn't matter.
some of your instructions,
And then space after that.
you've done
So
correctly.
I started at 75 and went to 20.
Well, no, I considered changing it to 75 because that you had done all of this, but then I realized the following things. That you haven't actually calculated a sum. And then you subtract, you add an x1 and an x2, whereas your loop went actually from 1 to 9. And and that your min and max were done in this fashion, which will only occasionally actually find a min and a max. Okay? So that might be a little harsh, but I knew that there was going to be this opportunity, a huge improvement. So now that you've got decent changes in, okay, so you've got a new partial score now. It's no longer 20. have you got this
The
in
reason I
and
have
that
this
in and that
apostrophe
in?
S right here, so whatever
And
the
so
name
this
is.
is out,
it's-
and you're actually generating
Yeah,
the
so
sum now?
quote apostrophe S,
And,
so if you type Bill, it'll be
um,
Bill's average score is.
So that's all
Like,
done?
it'll be Skater's
So,
name.
this is, probably up to here now. Okay?
Okay.
So we look at it one more time, then, we can probably get it up even higher. So have you got these changes in?
Yes, sir.
Then take a look at it.
You guys
That's what
say
we're doing right now. This
Oh.
could, well, this will probably run now.
Okay.
Did you
Yeah,
run
it runs, it just gives me ridiculous numbers.
Let's see what it gives you.
Hit run,
Well,
see if
yeah,
it goes.
I was- But what happened to prompt?
Oh, that needs to go up top, so,
Okay, let's see, where these numbers are coming from. It
So
says,
where-
done.
so.
It says the final
copy
score
that prompt and print
is
back up to the
7.8.
top.
was, is 47.8?
Yeah, it says 47.8.
Okay,
Print
now
and
the reason
prompt.
for that is that, your parentheses are wrong here.
Okay.
This is only dividing max by 7. This parentheses has to go there.
And then divide all by 7.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
Oh,
yeah,
you gotta-
right. So that's just a slight change, and that's why we test these things and run them.
You good now?
So that's why it's very important that your program was actually running.
Cut it and put it.
Yeah, control X, and then put it up at the top before you start, or after you started, so. Now control C.
So what we got now? Five,
6.57.
6.5, that's right, you know, that's probably pretty good average for those scores to reach.
Should go
But
down.
the only trouble is that your min and max, so if you're up to over an 80 now,
Down below your
because you got that much
40.
done.
Yeah.
But your min and max aren't being produced right, and what we're going to do is put in what's called a debugging tool. So when, before you print done, I want you to say print
So just put in scores now.
max is, and then, after that, we print, a comma or a, and then you print, max. And then you print min is, min. So these are debugging instructions that tell you what you found to be the max and what you found to be the min.
So 7, average is 1. Oh, it just restarted.
Yeah,
That's
we
why.
just put it
Gotcha.
to go to start.
Cool. Try a bunch of different numbers.
Is it a comma or is it
That work.
I don't know what you call it now.
Cool. Now copy that and put it in here. Oh, you gotta close it.
Yours work with the finger too?
I think it was only like $300.
Okay, so now I found an average, but it said that the max was 9 and the min was 4, which are correct. But, I don't think it's always going to find those.
Okay.
So let me run it again and I'll put in some input myself. Okay.
I recommend throwing it on a, does your new notepad too?
Really?
Yeah, just so it's printed out, you don't have all that other.
Yeah, I
Four.
would delete that.
I have a drive, if you have a slide.
3,
Yeah, I do.
2, 1, 9,
Read open it out, 7 on the drive, 2 extra.
5. And now it says that the max is 9 and min is 1. Right. If x1 is greater than x2, then max is x1. If x2 is greater than x3, then max is a2.
I switched it around a lot up here, like it's completely different.
Oh,
here.
oh, you have a winner.
Okay.
Okay, now you have very high score, but now you change that. Yeah, that's doing it the right way now. Yeah, you're doing that the right way. If X9, okay,
Oh, you don't have
well,
to
this
save
is
it now.
not
It's
very
already
fun
saved.
program. So, your score now becomes,
Should I print out a new one?
nope, that's all.
Perfect.
Okay, so we have another complete program. Jordan Green is now in the winner's circle as well. And we'll take a 5-minute break, and then I'll show you how to get a higher score if you don't have a higher score yourself. So Jordan Green now has this score. So does anyone want to show me what you got?
I do.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I'll just. So, did what you told me.
Mhm.
Hey Anna,
Yes,
could I ask for your help?
sure.
It won't run it
Just a second,
here.
let me catch up.
Right here. Okay, so basically I'm trying to set up a folder to have all the scores, and I'm just ridiculous.
Okay,
I tried that too, and then it's just fun. Okay, anyway.
Okay, now, what you have to do is,
Okay, you.
take,
It runs all the way down to here, so this is where I was
well,
trying to.
you're doing it
do
all over
so
again.
I have
Take
the
this
scores.
for instruction
Mhm.
and put it in front of the if,
Here's the.
okay?
Where's the X?
Okay.
See this if? Put it on the line up there,
That's really good.
okay, can you do that?
Above where maximum is at?
Yeah, below maximum. On the next line, below maximum.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I just
Move
did
it up
it
here.
with the pen stuff too. Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, use the whole statement, just cut it and paste it up there.
Wish Jeff was here.
So
Alright,
do I.
so,
Yeah, eventually Jeff's gonna wish he was here too.
how about like.
Do you have something to show him, or you?
No, I got a question for him, cause I overheard him last
Yeah.
class showing Iono how to make the score not be a bunch of.
Well, he was told that he was needed. So hit the enter, let's go to the next line. Okay, so you set up the for loop, and inside the for loop you do this, right? You compare. If it's greater than max, then maximum equals, right?
Mhm.
Now,
It's weird,
take
cause
this line minimum equals 10 and put it after maximum equals 0. So cut it and put it up there.
this one right here.
How about, okay, so, how
Okay,
about,
good. Now, take this next index and put it in front of the print statement.
right,
Next index, put it and put it in front of the print
so,
statement.
Here?
just
Yeah.
erase here, and then, from
And do a new line, of course.
statement here,
No,
In front?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the other-
and then put it in the loop.
And on its own line as
So
well.
from here.
Oh, okay, how about like, the out of the loop, you, say like maximum equals 0 and minimum.
No, that's exactly what I mean.
Out of
So
the
now let's walk through what
Oh.
might have happened,
From,
okay? Now, in this
after the
for
beat,
loop, you're
So before
inputting
it
the
gets
9
lost.
scores, agreed?
and then.
And
you
this
just-
next instruction terminates this loop. So you've now captured the 9 instructions,
Okay.
agreed? Except this has a capital I and a small I,
No, that's not
so
gonna work.
nothing's gonna work.
Okay.
So now, well, you worry about the maximum minimum.
Delete
So you
here,
preset the maximum to 0,
and
and you
then,
preset the minimum
this
to
if
10,
statement,
right?
Should it be the other way?
No,
Okay.
then you start a new loop.
and,
Now, you examine scores 1.
yeah.
If it's greater than 0,
Statement,
then you replace
and then
maximum
this
with it, agreed?
statement
Mhm.
in-
Now, the next time
Putting
through,
the,
you
like,
examine
full loop.
scores 2.
like
If scores
updating.
2 is greater than
Yeah.
maximum, you replace
So,
maximum with it,
This
agreed?
if
Mhm.
statement.
Now,
here,
also, here,
and
if
then,
scores
putting
is
the
less than
after the
minimum,
input,
which starts out
but
as
maybe
10, then you
have
replace
to,
minimum with it, agreed?
Mhm.
Now,
use
this if statement
Oh,
needs an
so
end if.
I wouldn't do it as a separate.
So end if also.
Just like that, right, and then you can run it, and it should
well,
work.
Right.
Shoko, let's see what you got.
So-
Better go back, because I need to show you up here now. This your new code?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check.
Mm-hmm. Right in paste. Yeah, and then after that, like, just, here, it just erase the whole mess up here.
It's also,
Okay, very, very
I know
close.
there's a message.
You got it in USB? Okay, good.
You don't need it.
Okay, no, not yet.
Here also,